Hello, welcome to the new podcast around Ramen Podcast. This podcast that goes around Rec Room asking players that you probably play with or seen before, asking them questions that are just funny and fun. Today we have here ZX Times YT,
Thank you.
known for him being very well at Minecraft, being a very well commander, builder, and known for, you might have seen him around, one of the big anime people on here. He is really good at Among Us anime and so on. He is the editor of our YouTube channel and the YouTube videos. A big kudos to him and a shout out. I recommend you go check out his YouTube videos, ZX Times YT. It is amazing. I highly recommend it. So ZX, you mind if I call you ZX, right?
No, I don't mind.
Okay. So ZX, what is your opinions on Among Us?
I feel Among Us is a very good game. It's pretty popular. It's been striving in the community, and I feel it's really gonna be a really good game, especially since we need to get rid of Fortnite because it's just a bunch of people are going from it, and we need new games and new experiences. And I feel Among Us is really good for that because it tests your mental capabilities. Like persuasion. Being able to think of certain strategies. It's like a team-based game. You need to team up with your crewmates to find the imposters, but also you need to do your tasks in this bloodthirsty areas, and like it really can get your heart racing because, it really involves with your brain, like in some opportunities, in some moments, in some situations, you would need to think of these super quick, fast excuses, say if you were an imposter and someone's like, why would you come from that area? You would have to think really fast of something you need to do. So I feel like it really tests your mental capability and your reflexes and your IQ and how you can actually use it to your advantage.
I understand that. I'm personally a big fan of this game, Among Us. I play it a good amount with my friends, my family, and I'm not personally that good at it. As people know around, that you're actually low-key kind of good. You have any tips for any new players or people that are just not good at video games?
Um, are we talking about Among Us here or just video games in general?
Among Us, to be exact.
Among Us, okay. So, I mean, first of all, you need to actually have the game, obviously.
Hmm.
And honestly, there is tons of tips and tricks I can just share around, but you need the overall understanding of the game, you know what I mean? So like something as simple as, being able to persuade people. That's really good in Among Us. Some situations of games would have you to have to persuade the opposing team or the crewmates of something that you've done. So they think you've done something. You really need to have a strategy in the game, or you need to think really fast paced. Like people that can freestyle would probably be really good at this game if they would just, because like they can think of things really fast. You have to think of chances and opportunities. Like one mess up can ruin your entire game. So for new players, I feel you should just get the gist of the game. Learn all the tasks, learn all the areas, learn all of the people. Like especially the players. The players is really the most thing that you really need to think of. I say if you're playing public, then if you're playing public matches with all chat and stuff, then you really just need to throw it out there. You need to throw shade on people. You need to really just get in the game. But if you're playing with like friends or family and you're actually communicating through mics and stuff, you really need to be able to, talk to people. Like you need to know these people's play styles, you need to know what they do. You need to really anticipate the opponent. It's just like a game of chess but more advanced. You really need to think of a strategy and each turn can last you the entire game. So you really got to remember everything that you've done cuz one game you could have said you were in electrical and the next two games someone asked you what you were doing the next two games and you say admin and that can screw up your entire game because you really gotta focus here. It's not just your common murder mystery game where you just stab everybody and hope the detective doesn't shoot you. It's a game of lies, deceiving, figuring out stuff, strategy. It's a really good game. It really can like boost your mental capabilities at the same time because in real life, say you wanted to be a cop or FBI, you would really need the detective skills that you have. And knowing people really gets it well. And other stuff in real life, like not lying, okay? You don't want to actually lie in real life, but for this game, it really tests your mental capabilities to see if you can
Mm-hmm.
think of things fast. And it can
Yes.
really help you in certain situations. Say like, I don't know, something randomly just happened, or you're trying to cover for somebody, and like you need to think of things fast and quick as fast as you can. So yeah, that's what I think about the game.
Okay. To change the subject, to go to another bigger subject, what is your opinions on this new wave of people coming to anime and all the people gatekeeping, such as you probably have seen around, that Addison Ray post on her Twitter, and I quote,
Yep,
Net
yep,
said, I believe it was Crunchyroll or and chill. And that means Crunchyroll is an anime site that you watch anime on, and
yep.
I and that means you watch the animes, you know. And
Yeah,
a
yeah,
lot of more people are watching anime because they're influenced by her, and her community is, I quote from certain people, I'm not going to say their names, toxic. What
yeah.
is your
Mhm.
opinions
Yeah, I
on
know what you
people
mean.
gatekeeping anime and saying, "Oh no, we don't need this new wave of people"?
I feel like I feel like they're coming from a standpoint, the anime community, like you want to keep it strong, you want to keep it growing off of like what it was before because, if somebody just randomly invaded your friend group, right, with like a ton of other people and your friend group goes from this way to this way,
Hmm.
obviously you wouldn't want that to happen. At the same time, you have to like we're already like the anime community, it's already in like a pretty okay place. Like it's hanging on from the edge. It's like a
Yes.
needle on a thread, and you can't really. We got to invite more people in because like we need more like consideration out there because no one's gonna want to join a community of people that are just terrible and absolutely not giving to people. So we have to give them a chance, but at the same time, I know where they're coming from because of all these people that try to invade something. Like say you're hosting a business or something, and your business goes from one way, and then somebody buys it off, right? And obviously you wouldn't
Yes.
make that deal because you want to make profit for your business. But at the same time, say they buy it off and do something completely different. Obviously the people that like that original business are going to be really mad. But at the same time, you're making profit from it. You can grow from it. So I say it's going to be a hard time. It's going to be definitely a hard time. But overall, it's going to grow because things pass. Trends pass by. If we take this good reputation that we have right now for the anime community that we can get from all these people, the trend's just gonna pass by. They're gonna find something else to do. That's just kind of how the wave goes. But we'll still keep our reputation. We'll still keep our goodness that we accept people into our community. We don't just backlash them. You know what I mean? That's what I feel about it.
Okay. So, as people know already, you're really big in building kit PvPs and servers. I believe some screenshots may come up on screen if our editor decides to put that up. You're really big on doing commands and making kit PvPs and so on fun stuff on Minecraft, right? So, what do you got to say to if someone such as me or my little sister or so on wanted to learn how to do commands and build like cool stuff on Minecraft? What would you say to them? Any tips or tricks to learn from?
For me personally, I feel like you really can't force yourself to do something. See, Minecraft was born to be a creative game, something to get your mind off of something. If you're not good at commands, I say then, if you want to learn commands, if you have a passion for wanting to learn commands, then I say that you would really just like look up tutorials, look up the basics, like look up certain objects and ideas. It goes from coding and everything that you want to do. You would have to put in the time. It's not something you can just learn overnight. You have to put in the time. And for those people that want to put in the time, you'll understand after. You'll grow, you'll grow, you'll keep on continue to learning and continue to learn different things in different ways. And You have to ask questions. It's alright to ask a stupid question. It's fine to ask a stupid question. For somebody that really, really, really cares and that would really help, it's fine to ask a stupid question. You have to ask questions to grow. Because if you're stuck on one question, then there's nothing. Then you can't grow. You can't grow from that. So I say, go to a start point. Maybe learn the thing that you need to learn right now. Maybe learn the basics. Get the basics down, then learn new advanced things. Start looking up tutorials. But don't just do the tutorial. Learn tips from the tutorial. Certain commands that you see from the tutorial, experiment with them. Experiment with everything. And I just say, if you want something quick and easy, be like, okay, I just want to learn all the commands. Like, it's not how things work. You can't just be like, I want to be a professional NBA player and then dribble one ball and think you're going to get into the leagues. It's not how it works. You have to put in the time. So, and same thing with building. You want to build, you have to put in the time. You have to have inspiration. It's the same thing like art. Building in Minecraft is kind of like art. You have to have the inspiration. You have to put in the time. You have to have the passion for it. You have to think what is good to yourself. Don't worry about what other people think. Think what is good to you. And then you can worry about what other people think. Because find out what you like doing. And if you keep on doing what you like doing, you will eventually grow in what you do because you're continuing to do it. If you do something this time, you'll look back at it and be like, I could have done this. I could have done that. Have you ever done something and then like 2 days later you're like, why didn't I do this? Or why didn't I do that? You can do these things when you're building because you have unlimited opportunities. Minecraft is such a creative game that gives you all these opportunities to do stuff and grow. So that's my thoughts on that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Just have to put in the time, the work, the effort.
Okay.
So okay to be wrong.
Okay. As you see above you or behind you, there is a poster for the show Naruto, and there is Sasuke and Naruto fighting each other. What is your opinions on them? Like, who's your favorite character, and who would you like if someone decided to try to watch Naruto or like wants to watch Naruto? What do you recommend? Do you recommend they skip fillers, watch through fillers?
Okay. So the thing with Naruto and shows and stuff, you would have to, I say, if you want to start getting into Naruto, because by getting into Naruto, what I think you mean is like, what episode should I watch? Should I watch the movies? When should I watch the movies? Like, how do I understand this? Should I watch it? Why should I watch it? Why shouldn't I watch it? And to that, I say, just watch 3 episodes. Watch the first 3 episodes. And if you enjoy it, or you don't really know about it, keep on watching. And to that, when you keep on watching, you'll just figure out what you want to do with the anime. Because, like, you could watch the fillers. You don't want to watch the fillers. I don't recommend watching the fillers because, I mean, maybe you could watch the fillers. I mean, the early fillers can really make you attached to certain characters because, it's not up with the storyline, but it's still talking about the characters and letting you grow with the characters. I say watch the starting fillers, and midway through, then just start watching the fillers because if you want to really get inside of the anime, you can't just keep on watching these stuff and stuff. I feel like, and for movies, I feel like you should watch like a season of the anime and even check the dates of when the movies were out because some movies could spoil some of the anime. So you probably want to watch the entire anime, maybe watch a little bit of movies. Like if you really want to get into something, you're going to grow into it. You don't want to force yourself to like something. There's billions, trillions, probably even more than that animes out there. And I'm sure one of them you'll like. So that's my opinion on that.
Okay. And you never stated your favorite character.
Oh, my favorite character is most likely. That's a pretty good question. I would say it's a mix between Shikamaru and Rock Lee.
Okay. My favorite personally is really Rock Lee. He's amazing. So, I guess, what's your opinions on the wave of like Japanese culture and food coming to America, such as sushi, green tea, Pockies, and so on?
I feel that it's really, I mean, it's something that people would suspect, you know. There's been, billions of things from Japan coming to America, like PlayStations, Sony Sagas, computers, all these things made
Hmm.
from Japan coming to America. And I feel for the culture, it's really good because like in this world, all you hear from the news is just wars and wars and wars, and you never see all these tiny things that people do, you know. And I feel like if we can get like friends and people that actually care and all these things that are happening, all these cultural things, understanding other people's culture, enjoying stuff like it is fine if you are American and you enjoy Japanese food. Like don't let somebody just come up to you and be like, "Wow, you like that type of food. You're weird." Or something like that. Like go to Japan or something cuz like you don't understand the standpoint that they're coming from. But what I don't like about what's happening is people think they know everything. Most people think just because I eat this way, I am this way. It's not how it works. It's because I act this way doesn't mean I am this way. You can't be sitting down like a chair and hope that you're a chair. It's
Hmm.
not how life works, the process. You have to go through the process. You can't go one day in New York and call yourself a New Yorker. It's just
Yes.
not, like you have to strive in it. It's something that grows over time. You can't say one word and say you can speak English. Like you have to go through the process if you really want to be something like that. And I feel overall it's just a really good way to understand other people's cultures because maybe you'll like a different culture than the one that you're in right now, or maybe you'll just enjoy it for the time and know about it. It's always great to learn new things, and even if you think the thing that you're learning is useless, then just don't learn it. Then some people enjoy learning cool things. It's like honestly, school gives the wrong idea to people that you need to know this stuff, that this is needed, and like certain stuff, and then people think, when am I ever going to use this in my life? You don't have to use it in your life. You can enjoy it for the moment, and that's what I say about all these culture things from Japan coming to America. I say either you can like it, you can move there, you can learn about it, or you can just enjoy it for the moment, or enjoy it from the time, or just enjoy it in general, but stick with your culture. Just something cool to have with you, but don't feel like that you are like supposed to not like something, or don't feel like that you know everything about something without experiencing the whole entire process. That's my thoughts about that.
Okay. Well, it was amazing to have you on the show. It was just
Thank you.
so amazing your opinions on stuff and crazy. And anything you would like to say before the show's over?
I'd like to say that so overall, podcast, I feel I have to address one thing, just understand, because even from the Among Us to the Japanese culture, just understand that you are one person and you only have one life and you have to live the life the best way that you want. And just certain things and certain ways that you speak, from the way that I described Among Us, how it can build your mental capacity, like the strategy and the basicness, it can help you in your real life to understand. And same thing with the culture stuff. You can't just fully give in to something and say that you're it, but you can strive off of it. You can build a better understanding off of it. Just because the entire thing is not for you doesn't mean you can't learn one thing from it. You can always learn something from something, unless it's completely wrong. Like even from crimes, you can learn things from crimes. I'm not saying to do crimes. I'm not saying crimes are right, but you can at least learn something from it. If somebody were to rob a bank, right? and you would go to prison and ask that person, why would you rob a bank? Well, unless they're a normal human being, maybe they could have been, hurting. Maybe they could have had like no food, no money, and they needed something. They needed the money. They were getting mad at the world. You can understand that people have feelings too. People go through things that lead to other actions. So just because you're not having this exact same way doesn't mean something that you do right now won't lead up to something like this. And that's all I have to say.
Okay, thank you very much. Another big thank you for coming on to the show. Another shout out to your YouTube channel, ZX Times YT. Recommend it for anybody that's watching. And I just want to give you a big thanks for being here. And he is the editor, just to repeat to y'all. He is the editor, so he's the one that's like making the video practically. So he's just amazing. Well, I guess this is the end of the podcast, and I'll see you on the next time on the Ramen Podcast. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all later.